This is Ian with Build Brothers. Going to go ahead and do a digital inspection here at 226 Sage Road in El Cajon. We've got a Sunrun system that was installed from what the homeowner said in August, and then just had a current rain and had at least one leak in the house that we know of. First thing we observe is that we're using a railless and a flashless solar standoff, and I'm assuming these are industry approved. I don't know of these standoffs specifically. I know as a roofer, I think it's a terrible idea to use attachment points that don't include a flashing. And so there has been a huge mess of mastic, or not mastic, but that sealant, that M1 sealant around a lot of these attachment points, or these flashless attachments. And they've coated the sides really well, but where the water would run in from the top and underneath this is not coated, and that goes for each and every one of them. So again, I'm not familiar with this type of standoff, but based on how poorly they're installed and how they're not sealed correctly with the M1, it really, to me, seems like any one of these could be leaking or will be leaking in the future. So and there's a whole bunch of those for each array. We also have these fall protection holes that were left, and industry standards to seal those with the roll flashing like they've used, but it's just such a mess that they've created. It really seems like it's really hard to track down leaks when this much mess has been made on an install. I mean, just a lot of careless big torn flashings. So how many of those are hidden underneath the solar panels? It's just so hard to say. The front of the house is somewhere around a 3 and 12 pitch, whereas the back of the house is somewhere between a 1 and 2 and 12 pitch. I think the only thing that you have going for you back here is that there's multiple layers of shingles. So shingles really shouldn't be used on a slope like this unless there is additional waterproofing underneath the shingles, and very hard to confirm that when the roof is in place. Unless you actually did the roof, it's nearly impossible without taking a core sample or tearing up an edge. So when you've got these flashless solar standoffs combined with a very low slope, I would say we're gonna have massive failures back here as well at some point. Again, they very well could be tested and industry approved. I'm just not familiar with them, and there's no way I would be comfortable using them on a low slope like this. So where the water is getting in exactly is anybody's guess, because there's so many possible locations. But to find it, I think the whole center of this array is going to need to be removed, because it could be anywhere in there.